The sights, the sounds, the school spirit, the football. Get ready for Friday Frenzy with the WATE 6 on your side sports team, sponsored by Carson Newman University.
Oh, it is playoff time.
Buenas noches, mi gente. Es hora de playoffs in Tennessee.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are.
Wow.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bo Williams.
Carlos Lopez. We're back like we never left. We're back like we never left for.
Did you miss us? Can you believe? I mean, it's first round of the playoffs, Carlos.
It feels like we were just here
at
the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. And I think we talked about it before. You blink your eyes, and you're here in the first round of the playoffs. TSSAA.
Yeah, it's crazy. And we've got some great matchups. You know, you either have a really good game or you've got some really lopsided games that first week of the playoffs. We've got a good little mix going on tonight, and we'll get to the scores in a moment. I know we do tailgate. We're coming off Halloween, so this is what's left of the candy supply. Which you know, tomorrow at homecoming for the Vols, there'll be candy on those tables.
Oh, I'm sure
it'll be part of the tailgate. It's like, we just got to get rid of it.
And as we discussed already, mine and Bo's favorite Halloween candy, never sleep on the good old Almond Joy.
Without question.
Without a question.
And Greg, one of our producers, even was like maybe the most underrated.
the most underrated, without a question. Chocolate and coconut with the crunchy almond. Vamos!
Now we're going to get a call from Almond Joy. But, hey, I tell you what, we're so excited. Again, first night, a lot of teams trying to keep their seasons going. So we're going to go and check in with the WAT 6 Inside Sports team. We're going to start things off with our sports director, Reese Van Haften. I mean,
Game of the week.
He's the game of the week.
Game of the week.
I mean, they're all games of the week at this point, right?
Yeah.
But this is a great one. Halls, who's having this unbelievable year. Mo West putting together back-to-back playoff runs for the first time in several years. So let's get an update from Reese. He's right there at the stadium out in Hamlin County.
Hey guys, we're out here at Morristown West High School. Good game so far out here for our playoff Friday on WATE. 14-7, Morristown West leads here starting the third quarter. Halls scored first, and I thought maybe that was it. Cameron Bates punched it in, but Morristown West quickly answered, and then in the second quarter, they hit a big pass over the middle to get it to the 1 yard line, and then they punched it in from there to go at 14-7. And that's where we stand right now here in the third quarter. Should be a good one. Plenty of highlights tonight. Recap of this game, interview with the head coach of the winner. So, Trojans, Red Devils. I guess that's the question for Carlos. How do you say Trojans in Spanish, and how do you say Red Devils in Spanish? We'll send it back to you guys.
All right.
Man, los Diablos Rojos
Red Devils.
y los Trojanos.
There you go.
De Morristown
Trojans.
West.
There you go. By the way, Trojans have tacked on one more. We were just checking since Reese filed that report, 21-7 now in the third. Winner of this one gets more than likely West, because West is playing Daniel Boone,
Absolutely.
I think, tonight. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be a tough test, but we'll see if Halls can turn this around. I mean, they've had such a great season this year.
They started off on fire.
They really did, and literally. And we'll see if they can pull this one, come from behind. But it's tough to win at Morristown West on the road. That's quite the trip over there to Hamlin County. All right, other games we're watching for you are on Sam Rothman, Father Ryan at Catholic, Dobbins, Bennett, making the trek down to take on those Bearden Bulldogs.
Hey everyone, Sam Rothman here at Bearden High School. Welcome to the playoffs. And so far, our East Tennessee teams are doing well here in round one. I'm at Bearden right now. It's halftime. Bulldogs are rolling early, up 21-0. That third touchdown scored right before the end of the first half. And spoiler alert, it was a pretty good catch. You're going to want to tune in to see that on the highlights tonight on Friday Frenzy. And I was also at Knoxville Catholic before Fighting Irish up 14-0 when I left. So far, so good for our local teams. Make sure to tune in later tonight on the Friday Frenzy on WATE. It all starts at 11:14.
All right, Sam, thank you very much. You know, that Bearden Dobbins Bennett game, if you close your eyes, you might not be able to tell who's who. They both wear the same colors. But good to see the Bulldogs up. They've had one of those standout years that we haven't seen in quite some time from Bearden.
And this is not Bearden Bulldogs color.
When he walked in, I was like, hey, Bulldogs.
I am in support of my Alcoa Tornadoes as they continue their dominance in Class 3A for their 9th consecutive state championship.
Where's your rings?
they're safe. There comes a time where you just gotta lock them up because you get this feeling of, and everybody's got their badge. I always forget my badge, and I just don't want to misplace those rings.
I know.
So they are
every night he always shows us one of those rings. So anyhow, all right. Hey, you got to give him a break. Hey, we got another game, another crew that's out. KCK, another interesting matchup. Another school you've got a connection with, Northview. Because you used to teach out there?
I used to teach at Northview.
Yeah, teach at Northview. They're at Gibbs. Gibbs finally this season getting to play in their new home for a full season. And let's get an update from KCK on how that game is shaping up.
Okay, here checking in from week 1 of the Tennessee High School football postseason. I'm at Northview Academy visiting Gibbs tonight. Now, it was a defensive battle in the first half, but Northview Academy able to sneak in 2 touchdowns, one from the 2, one from the 1-yard line. Now, Gibbs, they got an early lead, field goal to kick off the scoring here tonight. Looked like they were going to get a few more points on the board with a touchdown late in the second quarter, but got called back due to a holding call. And I've never seen this in all of watching or covering football at any level. Gibbs ended up 3rd and 53, unable to do anything with that before the half. It's going to take a lot of power coming out of the half to be able to pull this one off and advance the Eagles to week 2 of the postseason.
How do you get 3rd and 53?
You know what? I don't think I've ever seen a 3rd and 53 either.
We've seen teams go the wrong direction, right?
Yeah.
But 3rd and 53.
I don't think I've ever seen a 3rd and 53. But hey, let me kick a field goal on 4th down and 53.
Okay.
I kick a field goal from the other 20. Probably miss it, but let me attempt it.
Probably. But I don't know.
I don't know.
You amaze me every time.
I did have a powerful leg in high school. I'm not going to lie, and through my career.
Yeah, because Middle Tennessee State and Carson Newman.
And had a sting in there in the Arena Football League.
That's right. Who were you with again?
The Tampa Bay Storm.
Tampa Bay Storm.
Right.
Okay.
It was fun. The Arena League was fun and fast.
They have cards.
Do you
have a Carlos Lopez
I do
card?
not have a Carlos because the Arena League folded.
Right.
After I went in there, and now it's like the IFL and whatnot. So I was long gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
But maybe somewhere out there there's one floating around. If you get it, we'll get Carlos to sign it for you. Let's get everybody up to date what's going on scores right now because that's what you're tuning in for. All right, 4th quarter right now, 9 up on Happy Valley. Not very happy right now for the Warriors. They're down 17-0. Indians in control. There's West. Chances are, we already said it, they're probably going to end up playing the winner of Morristown West Halls.
And that'll probably be at West, correct?
I would assume so, yeah. And Mo
West.
West right now up 21-7 last time we checked. So we'll see what happens with that game. But West in control. Kingston in control, too, on Johnson County. We haven't talked a whole lot about Kingston this year, but they're up 28-0 in the 3rd quarter. We've got like the whole brackets here, so we're going to try to kind of give you an idea of where the matchups are coming. You let me know when you're looking up.
Well, if we have Kingston up there, that if they win a couple of games, they're going to have to face the Tornadoes possibly in that 3rd round right there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Greenville up big on Fulton. I'd say the Green Devils are always tough. 48-8 in the 4th quarter right now. So again, Greenville on top. Again, there's the Oneida score, West score. 35-0 Kingston now. They're in control against Johnson County. Carter and Elizabeth. Elizabethton is a tough place to go and play.
Always.
And they've got a great facility. It's right there off 321. You can't miss it. But Carter got their hands full up there. But they're only down by 2 touchdowns, so still anything can happen. Halls, Morristown West, that game on WATE, 21-7 right now in the 3rd. Mo West is up in that one. Powell, 28-7 over Tennessee.
And I think in the 1st quarter it was 0-0.
Yeah.
So it was a little tight game right here, so I'm glad to see that.
Panthers starting to open it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Always updates right when I get ready to start talking. Webb, 21-7. This will be a good win for Webb. At home, 1st round, taking on Evangelical Christian. But again, in the 3rd, 21-7, Spartans looking pretty good. And Meigs County, 36-8. Again, you either have close games or in that 1st round of the playoffs, you're going to have some of the pretty large margins.
Well, the thing about, this second part of the season, everybody's 0-0.
That's true.
This is a whole new season, and you have the coaching staff, you have the players coming together, whatever record you had, this is a new start for everybody.
And sometimes you got teams that really struggle, but they won just enough
Yes.
in their division or their districts to get into the playoffs. 37-14. Smoky Bears have had a great season as well.
And this is Sevier County Bears is actually the school that I'm at right now, but I'm at the junior high.
Okay.
So I'm teaching now 7th grade
Your future
ESL.
Smoky Bears.
The future Smoky Bear. So I was out there on the field during fourth block, and I told them, hey, if you guys get through the first 2 rounds, I can go watch y'all play against West in the third round.
There you go. By the way, if you're a Central fan, send all your cards and letters to Carlos. All right, Clinton taking on McMinn County, 14-0 Dragons. This is one of those close games.
Yes.
This is a good matchup. Dragons on the road at McMinn County. Jeff Coe, who has had an outstanding
Great season.
But we checked a moment ago. It was like 21-8, I think is what it was. But anyhow, Cleveland's coming back in this one. Blue Raiders are tough too, and they've been a tough team to beat whether they are on the road. They travel well, but it's 21-15.
Yeah, they've been having a great season so far. Having beat some good teams, and then now we see,
Yeah. All right, now there's your Northview.
The Northview Cougars,
And we heard, and again, Gibbs at one point had a 3rd and 53.
which is amazing to see. Having seen Northview gone through, the seasons that they had in the past, and now this new coaching change that they have, they bring the coach from Catholic, and looking to see what he's doing, turning around this program, to see them winning in the first round of playoffs is great.
Well, you remember in the beginning of the season, there were only a handful of teams that we were watching that were unbeaten.
And
Northview was one of those
yeah.
early on in the season. All right, Father Ryan, Knoxville Catholic. Sam Rothman was out at this one. Catholic still up 30-14 now, the score there in the third quarter. There's a Jeff Coe, still 21-15. There's the Northview we just mentioned in control at Gibbs. Clinton and McMinn County, this one is 21-10, but I think Clinton just scored. It was 14 or 13-10 just a moment ago. Maryville, who is a team that is apparently starting to put it together at the right time. They've kind of been a little bit up and down, which is unlike Maryville. But they've been a little bit of a roll here. So looking good on the road at Science Hill.
I mean,
again,
it just goes to the fact that, I'll say it again, it is a new season, and if you have to peak at some point, you better peak right now.
This is the time to do it. Can't take them lightly despite their ups and downs this season. Sullivan East getting pounded by Anderson County. The Mavericks looking to make it back-to-back this year. The Mavs right now up, let's see, it was
42-0?
42-0 is that what it was? Yeah, there it is, 42-0 at the half. So, good gracious. All right, Chucky Doak, Alcoa, there you go. I don't think we're shocked. 49-6.
I mean, what can you say about the Alcoa Tornadoes? It's something that I was blessed enough to be a part of 8 straight state championships in a row.
Yeah.
Leaving in June to be able to do everything that I started with UT as far as Spanish broadcasting and those episodes, but seeing what they're doing is still incredible.
And that was probably the biggest question coming in. Could they win a 9th without you?
I was as far as I'm glad to see that they have continued their success without me there.
Just want to see your reaction. It's a great program, and salute to you when you were there too, and your coaching staff. You guys did a phenomenal job, and they continue to do a phenomenal job there. Bearden still up 21-0 on Dobbins Bennett. Let's see, Greenville. Let's go down here. Let's get some fresh scores, some we have not touched on. Where are we here? Oh, here we go. Chucky Doak, Alcoa. All right, Lenoir City over Ray County, 25-7 at the break. Coalfield. Yellow Jackets at the break have put up 56.
They're dancing.
Oh, you
they're
think so?
advancing.
You going to mark them down on your bracket?
I'm going to mark them down on my bracket.
Okay. Jellicoe and Rockwood. Here's a good one. 14-14. This is playoff. Many times we'll see these closer games later on when you get, but this is a good first-round matchup. Oak Ridge. Right now, hanging on, 21-16. Last update we had at the half against East Hamilton. So Oak Ridge is one of those teams that had good seasons.
Yeah, a lot of people
had a
are
bunch
looking
of different
them
coaches over the last few years here, but yeah, I mean, Cats are getting it done. Hey, how big would this be?
Good to see. Good to see Austin East right now. On top at the half at the break.
Yep, it's 2 halves.
On top of Unicoi.
But at the break, I mean, if the Roadrunners can continue on here. Be good first-round win for them against Unicoi County. But, yeah, 22-14. Campbell County, Walker Valley right now, 41-27 at the break. Some of these scores are just tough. And
Walker Valley galloping away. Did you get that because of the Mustang? Is that the right English word?
Yeah.
Galloping?
Yeah, you're right. I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, all right.
There you go.
All right, we're making faces. Stone Memorial 27-14 over Hickson at the half right now. Stone Memorial's had some tough games here toward the end of the season, but it's good to see they're up here at the break.
That's surprising.
Yes, Union County. Now, you talk about a team that's had some tough games this year. I mean, there was one we were looking at. They were down 63-0.
Yes.
They came back and put some points on the board. They've learned it's a 4-quarter game.
Yeah.
And look at this. You have to break over Gatlinburg-Pittman at GP.
And GP has a couple of players with some Division I offers.
Sure.
To see, down 28-7 at the break, that is surprising against a GP team that has some caliber players.
Yeah. And CAK right now against Christ Presbyterian, the Lions up 28-0. The last update we had there in the first quarter. So that's kind of how things are standing right now. We're going to run back through some of these. There's not a lot of games out, obviously, tonight because we're in the playoffs. We'll get you some more updates. West still up 27-0 in their game. But we do want to salute what is our final player of the week. It's Carter quarterback Brody Sparks. And a matter of fact, on KCK had a chance to catch up with him.
All right, Brody. So before we get into your play against Seymour this past Friday, I want to back it up a few weeks. Week 7, you come back, first game back from an elbow injury. Did you learn anything from those first few weeks sitting on the sideline that you've really been able to apply to your game?
Really just like the speed of the game, and I got more in-depth in the offense.
What was the biggest challenge of coming back in the middle of the season?
Getting back right with the teammates, like the speed, getting the timing down with them and the receivers.
Week 7, you come back against Northview Academy. You facilitate a win, your first one in a Hornets uniform. How great was that night?
It was amazing. After the game we celebrated and we went to Buc-ee's. It was a great night.
What's your favorite thing to get at Buc-ee's?
I don't get anything. I get 2 Cosmic brownies and a Coke.
The comeback has been going pretty well for you. 3 wins in the past 4 weeks. Last Friday against Seymour, over 350 yards, as well as 5 touchdowns. What has really clicked?
The offense, the receivers, and everybody's kind of coming together as one team, and we're playing really well.
Speaking of those receivers, how have you been able to build a relationship with them that allows you guys to have success out on the field?
We practice really hard, focus on offense and practice, and that replicates into the game, and we win.
Congrats, Brody. You're our WATE Friday Frenzy Player of the Week. Yeah! Congrats, guys. Give them some love.
Man.
I'm always worried someone's going to get hurt.
That's what it's all about
our
right there.
staff. But Casey does a good job getting out of the way. But congratulations to Brody and really all of this year's Player of the Weeks. And what's going to happen now is they're going to put all these Player of the Weeks together. Coming up in about a week or so, keep it tuned to WATE and WAT.com. We'll have our Player of the Year balloting. So you're going to take all the Player of the Weeks. Usually there's a couple of at-larges, like guys who were bridesmaids numerous times, if you will, came close in the voting, but couldn't quite get the Player of the Week honor. And then you will get a chance to cast your vote, and then we'll award the Player of the Year, which is always,
Man,
always
I love that.
notch.
I love that we do things like that because those kids, they're not only working so hard on the field, but they're also working in the classroom. And, for them to see a reward at the end of the year, I hope it motivates the rest of the team, for next year for those younger guys to come up and, keep achieving great things.
And the thing I love to hear, too, is when we award the Player of the Year, many times they will give credit, if it's a quarterback to the line or the running back to the line or someone on the defensive side of the ball to those around them, So, they understand. It's 11 people out on the field at one time.
Well, I did play for the great Kent Sparks.
Yes. Oh,
at
yeah,
Carson Newman.
sure.
And he always told us, if you ever get interviewed, he was a very Christian man.
Yes.
If you ever get interviewed, it's not about you. It's about the people around you. So always say something. You can talk about whatever it is that they're asking you about, but always say something about a coach and say something about another player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great work. And that is why he is one of the all-time winningest coaches. Just not in Division II college football, but just in college football.
College football.
And obviously honored by the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Did so much. I think the Athletic Center over there is named in his honor. Unfortunately, we lost him to cancer. But still, what a mark he continues to make, as you just say right there.
Yeah.
These are words, things to live by. You can pass along to your players, kids, what have you. So just an amazing individual. All right, let's go back and get another quick check of what's going on with some of the scores before we let you go. I don't know how we jumped from that side to this side, but the box is over here now. Maybe we were there last time. I can't remember. Anyhow, West up now 34-0. They've tacked on another score.
They're advancing.
They're advancing. Yeah, they're advancing. Bearden now appears to be in pretty good shape in the fourth quarter at home. Powell looks good right now against the Vikings. You think Meigs is going to win this one?
They're advancing.
Okay, they're advancing. Greenville looks like they're going to win and eliminate Fulton tonight, 48-14 the score there. Oneida, 17-0. I feel good about the Indians' chances right now, but they are on the road. I don't know how much time's left there in the fourth. Rockwood, Jellicoe, you flip a coin still, even though Rockwood's up. It's always nice to be up in the fourth, but you never know what can happen, especially with Jellicoe at home. Greenback, feeling pretty good. Yeah. Maryville,
They're advancing.
they're advancing.
They're feeling good right now.
They are. Kingston, I think they're in pretty good shape. Elizabethton, unfortunately for Carter, Elizabethton looking good, but we'll see if Brody Sparks can spark the Hornets there and mount a comeback here in the late half of that game. Anderson County, I think done deal. Webb in the third, but up by 3 touchdowns. So I think the Spartans are in pretty good shape.
I'm calling this Spartan win right here. Yep. Coalfield advancing.
All right, so you call a Webb win. Okay. Coalfield, Sevier County by 30.
They're advancing.
Okay, they're advancing. 28-14. Again, this is the game on WATE. 2 touchdowns, but only in the third. So let's see. We've seen Halls do some amazing things, but Mo West has got a good team, and they're, we don't want to take away from what they're doing right now in that game. Up 28-14, back-to-back playoffs for them. So this is fantastic. Catholic, I think, is in pretty good shape against Father Ryan. Jeff Coe hanging on.
Hanging on.
A lot of time still left in that one. Too close to call. Northview.
Gibbs taking up a couple points right there.
Yeah, Gibbs picked up a touchdown, so they're clawing their way back in this, and this could be interesting. Let's go back down. Where's that? McMinn County? Is that where we left you?
Yeah.
Let's see. Where are we?
Northview right here.
There we go. Clinton. So 11 points, and the third is what separates them. We'll have to see. Still some time left on that one. Go ahead. Call it.
We're advancing, baby.
All right, they're advancing. Lenore City, 25-7 over Ray. Still a lot of football to be played. Oak Ridge, too close to call, 21-16 over East Hamilton. Still, Roadrunners, no update on this one, but good to see Austin East out in front. We'll see if they can hang on against Unicoi County. Campbell County is going to be tough, but they scored 27 in the first half. If they can do it again and keep Walker Valley off the scoreboard, you got a whole new ball game. Don't give me a laugh like that. Stowe Memorial up at the break. I tell you, I can't wait to see what happens in the second half of this game.
They got a great coaching staff as well.
Yes, they
do.
do.
You never know what can happen in the second half.
Yes, they do.
I always say, like, if in the first half a team scores that amount of points, we can score that in that second half as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they're going to do.
Looks like that Fulton game's over. First of all, CAK still down. Last update, first quarter was 28-0. But Greenville up 48-14.
Right.
Anyway, we can tell on that one who they're going to play in the next round.
They're probably going to face, if Northview holds on.
Okay, that's who they get?
Then they get Northview at Greenville.
That could be an interesting game. I don't care who you are. It's tough to go to Greenville and play. Greenville's tough anywhere.
Yes.
But that could be an interesting matchup. So let's see if Northview hangs on. They were up on Gibbs, but Gibbs had scored a touchdown to drawn a little bit close. I think it was, 21-10 I think at that point. So that's how we're looking right now. We're going to continue to monitor it, and we will have, obviously, the latest for you. WAT6 on your side. We've got Friday Frenzy coming up at 11:14. You can also go to WAT.com. These scores will continue to update even while we're not here talking to you. You can go and check the scores and get all the latest. But, hey, we'll be back next week. Get you through round 2 of the playoffs.
Mi gente, muy buenas noches para todos. Que Dios me los bendiga.
All right, have yourself a great one, everyone. Don't forget to join us tonight at 11:14. Right now, we're going to send it over to Ken Weathers with the latest on your forecast.
Everybody, I'm Chief Meteorologist Ken Weather. It's going to be clear and chilly again overnight tonight. Most will fall off into the upper 20s to low 30s, so certainly the possibility of some scattered frost. If you are heading over to do some tailgating for homecoming over on UT's campus, it's going to be chilly. Temperatures will start out in the mid-30s and only warming up into the mid-50s by the time we get to kickoff. Then a nice warm-up through the second half of the game. We're pushing upper 60s by the time the game is over, so layers a pretty good bet, right? Jacket in the morning, probably some short sleeves as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. By the time we get elsewhere across the area for Saturday afternoon, you're about 63 in Greenville, 65 degrees in Oneida for high temperatures, and 68 for Kingston, Athens. We're close to 70 down in Tellico Plains. Hey, don't forget Saturday nights when we set our clocks back an hour before you go to bed as daylight saving time ends. Good idea to go ahead and change the battery in the smoke detector as well. So you get that extra hour of sleep, but sunset will come earlier on our Sunday. Speaking of Sunday, overnight Saturday into Sunday morning, we will have some cloud cover around. It's dry, but it will be mainly cloudy to start. Sunshine quickly returns, though, as we go from lunchtime into the afternoon, and that's going to push temperatures close to that 70-degree mark as we head later in the day. But overall, should be a great weekend for any outdoor plans. We could use some wet weather opportunities, but really the only opportunity is late next week as we head into Thursday, and it's not even a great opportunity. To see what will happen to temperatures by the end of next week, you can always get the latest 7-day forecast at WATE.com. Morristown.